All right, how you doing, students? What I am doing now for the first time of learning how to upload and talk over my syllabus, because this is something new, being online. So for instance, I want to go over the syllabus so the students have a better understanding. I did upload a copy of the syllabus so that y'all are able to see it online, D2L. So when you log in, of course, to D2L, look on the announcements, you'll see a copy of the syllabus. First of all, again, there are no virtual meetings for this class. If students want to meet with me, let me know. Email me and let me know what times and days that you're available, and I can let you know and say, hey, we can meet up. I can have my flexibles my schedule is flexible because I'm able to work from home remotely at my jobs. So to get back to the syllabus, first of all, again, this is Introduction to Sociology. It was scheduled to meet Monday and Wednesdays. However, again, there's no virtual meetings. Let's start with the syllabus in the sense that it is right now. My email address is on here, jlogan3674@prairiestate.edu. If you need to send me an email, there is a textbook which I did attach as far as in the announcement. So I sent a copy of the textbooks. However, we'll be doing PowerPoint presentations in which I will be presenting the information as if I was lecturing in the same format as I'm doing now, talking, and at the same time just going over each and every PowerPoint presentation each twice a week. Monday I'm gonna upload one, Wednesday, so that students can be aware of it, and I will post these PowerPoint presentations online so that you're able to open them up and see them at any time. Of course, the course description, we're going to talk about major sociological concepts, theories, research methods. Not going to get a whole lot into research methods, but within the field of sociology. We're going to be looking at groups that they belong to and the society in which they live. We're going to be talking about discussions such as culture. Culture is always huge. Talks about our background, where we're from, the culture of young people today, the culture of the role of the media, how that plays in shaping the culture, socialization, how we are socializing to our society and our gender roles. The social institutions are always huge. We'll also talk about deviant behavior, social stratification, social inequality, in particular classism, racism, and sexism. Upon completing the course, of course, you have to know the major sociological perspectives and the prominent thinkers. That leads a little bit into chapter 1. So next week I will be presenting more information regarding chapter 1 about the major sociological thinkers, the prominent thinkers, the founders of sociology, and how sociology evolved over time. Also the sociological theories and the perspectives. The theories are always pretty big as well. Going into the conflict perspective, symbolic interactionist, and the functionalist perspective. Those are the three big main sociological theories. Going next, we're going to talk about cultures, a chapter on culture, socialization, social interaction, the social groups, and I do talk about social networks and how they impact human behavior. We look at society today, how technology has changed over the last 20, 30, 40 years, and how that cultures and people have adapted to this change and the use of technology. We also will be discussing the conformity, deviance, and crime as well, and their impact on society, social stratification, the class inequality, gender inequality, race and ethnic inequality, and represents social forces that have significant effects on our individual lives. We also have sociological understanding of marriage and family, which is agreed is the most significant social institution in society, in any society. A lot of people know you're young, but one day somebody is going to marry you, or you're going to propose and get married to someone. So therefore, you may be married one day and have a family. Across different cultures across the world, there is a structure of some form of a marriage, and maybe the ritual may be different in some ways. However, the whole sanctity of marriage is a sacred piece. We're going to talk about that, and of course also the role of the family. Y'all may have children one day. I know some of you 18, 19 years old, not thinking about it right now, but some of us are parents who have children who are the main important things in our lives now, working, taking care of our children, going to school. So this is a whole lot going on. So we're going to talk about that as well. Along with the syllabus, so you can just read over some of this information is here regarding communication, creative thinking, culture understanding, information literacy, problem solving. Again, these are the main topics in the outline. We're talking about the sociological perspective, the roots of sociology, the culture, again, material, non-material culture, symbolic culture, and subcultures. Also, cultural diversity. Socialization. We're going to talk about how society makes us human. The socialization, and there's also gender socialization. The roles that are laid out for us because we're male or female. As the ways that society has set up as sociological gender role. You're a man, you're a woman, you're a boy or girl. This is what we have been taught. The agents of socialization are through the life course is huge as well. The agents of socialization, your family, your peers, and who you learn and help socialize you as a person. And as you go through the life course, as you get older, there's different stages you go to, from being an adolescent, a teenager, young adult, 30s, 40s, 50s. So it goes through those through the life course. Up until your 60s and 70s, and 50s and 60s are still young. Social structure and social interaction, we're going to look at that as well. Societies and social networks. Deviance and social control, you can read on through this as well. Social stratification, sex and gender, race and ethnicity, marriage and family as well. So take your time again and kind of just review those different topics of the outline that we will be discussing in this course. So each chapters I'll be presenting information again, presenting as I'm doing now, with an opportunity to provide a lecture and going through each PowerPoint presentation as if I were talking to you directly, so that you just don't read it and say, okay, let's try to interpret it. I want to give you my perspective on it. Getting to how I'm going to evaluate you on this class. We have 3 exams, all worth 100 points. The first exam, I have the date scheduled through the class schedule. You can see the particular dates in which the exams will be given. The exams will be online, of course, and so there is a way you can log in when you get in a D2L. You can kind of a Blackboard, and you can kind of get in there. And you can just upload the exam. You have, a particular time frame. I believe it may be an hour and a half, 2 hours in which you have to do the exam. While you're doing the exam, it gives you a time period. Make sure that you are at a comfortable setting where you are able to have time to finish the exam. Try not to do it from your cell phone if you can. If you have time, sit down on the computer. So if you receive a phone call, and it kind of disrupts everything. So I want you to be focused for the exam. So what I usually do is I have the students, the exams will be chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. At that point, I would also like to have a review. I usually have a review, so I have to think of a way I can go ahead and do a review as well. And at the same time, as we're reviewing each of these chapters, you're reading over my PowerPoint presentations, you're listening to the PowerPoint presentations. It also is a way for you to ask me questions. Feel free to email with any questions you have. I never want you to be confused. Once you complete the first exam, usually online, for those who have never taken an online course, that the results, you get the results right away as far as what you score, which is worth 100 points. Using my exams, this particular case, for this sociology, introduction to sociology course, which would be 100 points. Once you complete that, we go again into the next exam. So we start reading some more chapters. We go over 7, 9, 10 in those chapters. Same thing, review the PowerPoint presentations, listen to the PowerPoint presentations, ask me if there's any particular questions that you do have, so that you're never misunderstood. And then we have the second exam, which is also scheduled according to the syllabus and course schedule. The thing about my exams, it is not cumulative. So what we're going to do for exam 2, we're going to focus on those particular chapters only. We're not going to go back to chapters 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We're only going to go to 7, 9, and 10. Once you complete that exam, same format. Once you complete that exam, and then we have the final exam, which of course is during finals week, which is the same thing, 100 points, 50 questions, The chapters 11, 12, and 14, again, not cumulative. You only focus on those particular chapters for the final exam. One thing about the exams that's included is short, there may be like 1 or 2 short answer questions, multiple choice, true, false, those type of things for the exam. So like I said, make sure that you are well prepared, you reviewed everything, and if you have any questions, let me know. So those are the 3 exams which do constitute into your grade, the final grade. Discussion questions. So every week I will be having weekly discussion questions. Didn't have it this week. This is a laid back week. Plus it's my birthday on Friday, August 21st. So I've been preparing for a lot of things, events that I've had scheduled prior to that. But I want this to be a relaxing week, this first week. Now the discussion questions will be coming every week as we did in the introductory piece under the discussion section. There will be questions which I'm going to let you know, posted up online through the announcement, and I want you to answer the question through the online discussion board and thread. So I will present questions, and he'll give you a couple of days. I will be specific when I write down exactly when it's due. For instance, if I post a discussion question on a Monday and maybe do Wednesday, but I give you the exact time. And at that point, you answer the question. Just don't give me answers like just short answers. I want you to elaborate, which I would explain how you to answer the question so that you have a full understanding, and then I see that you have a full understanding of my discussion question. Also, part of discussion questions, if you haven't done it before, when your students, fellow students and classmates answer a question, you give feedback on what their answer is as well. So for instance, if I make a comment and then if I answer a particular question as a student and I say, okay, I want students to respond to that person and give them feedback and what do they think regarding their answers. But I give more detail when you see and read the discussion thread, how I want you to answer that. Make sure you do your discussion questions. Make sure you do them on time. Do not try to pile up and do them 3 weeks later. They do that week, do it that week so you do not get caught behind. Any questions about the discussion question, again, you can always contact me. Again, we're going to set up times. If you want to virtual meet with me about anything, that's fine. That we can go ahead and discuss ways to continue on so that you understand the discussion questions and how it should go. 2 written assignments for this course. I got 2 papers for you to write. First paper. First written assignment is approximately 4 to 5 pages. This is worth 50 points. Just a small one. I have a due date, which is on the syllabus, and the discussion on this course schedule, which has exactly when the paper is due. The first written assignment is approximately 4 to 5 pages. As we know, we need a cover page, which is not included in the 4 or 5 pages. The paper itself, I will have a form, how you're supposed to write it. I'm just briefly talk about it, but I will send something in an announcement and laying it out exactly how you're supposed to write it. Not too difficult. I just want to talk about a current trend of today and how it affects society. You'll choose a particular topic and you write your opinion of how it affects society. Something that interests you. This is your topic, not mine. So you choose a particular topic. For example, if you talk about the music, the way the culture of music, rap music, I know they got trap music, different type of music that they have out. If you say, well, this is affecting society. I know the recent death of the young man in Chicago. Can't remember his name. He was influential to aspiring artists from the city of Chicago. However, you can talk about different music, how it affects people. Different in gaming, people into gaming. You can talk about how the culture of gaming itself has affected society. It's either fashion, technology, social media, social networking, methods of communication, texting, emoji, different things. It's your topic, which like I said, I will discuss in the date. I will give you a format of how it's supposed to be written, and then you choose your topic. You can email me and say, hey, this is a particular topic that I'm interested in. What do you think a direction I should go into? I'll give you definitely my feedback and tell you exactly how I feel. But it's your paper, it's your opinion. So this is something I want you to get used to writing about your opinion. Of course, when we're writing papers and written assignments, we're going to make sure that we do it professionally. We try to avoid the use of a lot of slang. I'm not an English professor, however, I do like for students to give their best effort. The written assignments, of course, are to be, I'm going to have it set up where you can submit it through online through the D2L as well, so that you'll be able to receive the feedback from myself. I'm more interested in your opinion and how you feel about the topic and how it relates and flows and makes sense to yourself and how it does impact society. The format, I will also give you this in writing as well. We, of course, long story, we wanted Times New Roman, font size 12. We want to have it double spaced. Don't triple space it or single space it. Don't have the indent real close just to try to make the paper stretch. Don't do that. And then we're just going to have the 4 or 5 pages that you can write talking about your topic that you choose, and we can further discuss that. So I'm just going to, more than likely, I'll just have to do a little bit more in detail as I'm doing now, formatting both of the papers. So I will probably present a form like this one and then begin to speak about it and say, hey, this is what I want. This is just the syllabus to begin in, just giving you a heads up. Second written assignment is 5 to 7 pages worth 100 points. Now, I'm going to give you, this is due, I think it's right after Thanksgiving break, towards the end of the semester. I want you to know the particular topics, because we're going to be choosing the topics pretty much that comes from the PowerPoint presentations and from the book. So we're going to deal with those, the ones I mentioned earlier, the outlines. If you talk about socialization, you talk about gender roles, culture, marriage, family, divorce, all those different things. That's why I want it later, so that you are able to have a better understanding of sociology. And by the time you write this paper, you have gone through the different topics and different chapters of the books, and you can say, okay, hey, I feel comfortable about writing this particular topic. So just give you a rough draft briefly and I will have this later detailed and do the same thing. I will be recording over it, talking about exactly what I want. Same format, font size 12, Times New Roman, double space, cover page, and this one you will have a reference page. Always remember to cite your sources. I'll bring that up a little bit later. I can present that to you. The interesting part, you're going to do a particular research topic. So just say, for instance, you want to talk about divorce. So you want to have the introductory paragraph that kind of briefly describes what you're talking about. You're going to talk about 2 sociological theories. Now, you're going to learn these theories: conflict, symbolic interactionist, functionist perspective. Those are the different types of theories. There's also sociological theories that you can also find as well, as long as it's a sociological theory and not a psychological theory or another different type of theory. We just want to keep to those. And again, you can say, hey, Professor Logan, this is what I have in mind. I want to talk about this particular topic. What theories do you feel would fit in with my papers as well? So long story short, you will find 2 different theories, and that's going to support your point of view and what you're discussing. And then you say, I want to talk about divorce. First, y'all have to give me the history of your topic. So back in 1875, 80% of the people were married by the time they were 21, 22 years old. Just give me a little history of your topic. Second part would be, give me the current status of your topic. What's going on today? In 2020 and 2019, 50% of the people are married with divorce. So you have to give me history and the current status. Also, then you're going to talk about a sociological theory. Just say, for instance, the conflict theory states that power is the source of conflict in marriage, which causes conflict and problems in a marriage. When you review the conflict theories, we further agree and talk about this a little bit further. You say something like, well, I agree or I disagree with the conflict theory. You do that for a second theory as well. And again, I'll be more detailed, and this is due towards the end of the semester. I'll be detailed and always willing to answer any questions, virtual meeting, email, just let me know. Also, you have to talk about the outlook of the future regarding the topic that you're writing about. So the last part in the conclusion piece, you're going to recap what you talked about, and then the next thing you're going to do is give me your outlook of the future of your topic. So for instance, you say, I summarized everything in the first paragraph. The second paragraph, you say, hey, I think divorce would be better divorce would decline if this particular things happen. Well, I think marriage would be better if people did this. So it's basically on your opinion. I'm not going to grade you on your opinion. But I will have this detailed again so you'll understand both of these written assignments, that you have no misunderstandings. So here's the points go. So you look over the syllabus, 3 exams, 300 points. Written assignment 1, 2, 150 points for those. Discussion questions is going to come out to 225 points. So you can understand it comes out to 675 points. Now, if you decide for some reason, say I'm not going to do, or if I fail to do something, it's going to impact your grade tremendously. As you see, it is a difference between having 600 points and 400 points. That's the reason I need you to be on top of all the weekly discussions, communicate with me, and make sure you just get all your work turned in on time. Furthermore, this is some of the stuff for class. Of course, policies, again, since we're not in the classroom, so just kind of read over this. Participation, of course. This is other information you can read on as well. The assistance that's offered through the college as well. And then basically this is the course syllabus. Definitely read over this. Any questions, let me know. Definitely this class is not a me versus you. I'm only trying to help you need to get where you want to be. And it's important that courses like this one, sociology, is crucial because you're learning people, you're learning behaviors, you're learning culture. And me having a business background, I use a sociology degree in the sense that I am able to communicate and work with other people. Now, my degree in sociology did wonders for me as far as in the business world of learning to work with other people. So if any questions, let me know. Email me. You want to request a virtual meeting, let me know. I'm virtually working from home, so I can try to fit around your schedule. I know a lot of people are working, going to school, working 2 jobs, taking care of kids, taking care of siblings. So I know it's a busy schedule, so let me know. All right, if any questions, let me know.